let's get into Vic's new. I can't.
Yikes! No, Vic, bad, Vic.
You know, when he first made the tweet, and everyone thought he was getting on board with some NFT like scam, and everyone was like, "Oh no, Vic, no!" And then you realize, oh, he's just voicing a weird cartoon for the NFT people. Okay. It's like this somehow got worse. Like,
right? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna read this, but I haven't read any of it. Okay, but I'm gonna read it, and I just want to say going into it, I don't think this animation is going to happen at all.
Yes,
I would bet all of my NFTs that that this is a pump and dump.
All zero.
That is using Vic's name to get people
recognition and traction,
to spend their Ethereum on their NFTs. And they're going to fuck off somewhere, and it's never going to be a cartoon. There will never be lines recorded, and they're going to leave Vic in the dirt. That is my prediction. I don't think that they are going. NFTs have bombed. NFTs.
Did you guys hear about the Jack Dorsey
Twitter
tweet?
Yeah. So a guy bought an NFT of Jack Dorsey's first tweet. Jack Dorsey being was he the creator of Twitter? So the very first tweet ever made, right? He bought an NFT of it for how much? Like 2.84 million or something like that.
No, I think it was like 20 million or something.
No, he tried to sell it for like 48 million.
Yeah, he wanted to sell it for 40, but I think
he bought it for 24 or 2.4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the price that somebody offered him was like $3,900. So this guy spent.
No one cares.
Yeah, this guy spent millions of dollars, thought that it would appreciate in value and that he would be able to sell it for so much more. And what he ended up getting as an offer was like, less than 1% or whatever.
I'll give you $2 for it.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah. So Origami Pain 18, go ahead and rewind the back to the beginning and watch it at 1.5 times speed to catch up, because we just finished our coverage of the Damon Mill stuff. So Musement says he does not have good optics when it comes to this kind of stuff. Anything for a buck. Yes, I agree. I think that I want better for Vic.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I want much better for him. The trials that he has gone through have been legendarily difficult. And when the Funko Pop fiasco that he presented on a trash can, I mean, Funko Pops in general are trash, right? From a collecting standpoint, but to make your own unofficial, unregistered product to try to convince Funko Pop to make it a thing, like it reeked of desperation anyway, right? And then the presentation of it was like, it was a disaster, right? And this as well is like, this is not where Vic wants to be. We do not want him to be in a position where he even has to think.
He's Nick Caging himself.
He's chasing pennies.
Oh, sorry, I thought one of my kids just died.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, it just doesn't. It's not looking good. Right?
Okay, so Brad, I think it's important that you actually like convey specifically what's happening. You just kind of jumped into it, assuming everyone knows.
I'm gonna read it.
Going on.
I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
So let's jump in. So former One Piece voice actor.
Oh my god!
This is his most famous role.
Not Broly, not Edward Elric.
News to me that he's in One Piece.
He voiced. I think he voiced 3 characters. 2 of them are like literally in one episode, and the other character is in like a few episodes of Arlong Park. like nothing characters.
He
To say he's a One
he
Piece,
voiced, I think, Sabo in like the ending of like Gold for like 5 seconds.
did he?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't. Okay, maybe.
Regardless,
Regardless,
the point is,
literally nothing nothing in
like,
terms of.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing like too major.
He's the most
Let's say-
popular series he's been in.
okay, I bet you I know exactly what happened. So you're a Bounding into Comics person, right? You're the author. You don't know who Vic is, but you know that, oh, well, he's a voice actor, right? So you look on IMDb.
It'd be like introducing Michael Jordan as a actor.
No,
Like-
it's that's crazy.
Michael Jordan.
I would have thought
the movie actor.
No, Random 11, they clearly looked at his voice roles and they're like, okay, One Piece is literally the biggest, most popular thing he's voiced in, so let's say he's One Piece.
I
So
think just because he was in One Piece and One Piece is in the news for the Netflix adaptation, people are going to latch onto the
Maybe.
One Piece angle.
Anyway,
like that's
I was going to suggest
the
is
only
that
benefit to them is that they're doing it for SEO purposes.
when you go to IMDb, it shows your highest ranked thing as the section of what you're known for, right? Like, I have a friend who's my age, and when we graduated from VFX school, he got a job doing stereo conversion. So when movies were coming out and being put back in the theaters in quote unquote 3D, and it was really just tracing and post and comping, when you look at his IMDb, it says he was known for, and it's movies like Titanic, which he was a child when it came out, right? But it's because it was he's in the credits for when it was put back in theaters for the 3D treatment, right? But Titanic, highest grossing movie for the longest time, right? So it shows that as what he's known for. So I was thinking that, oh, well, One Piece is going to be the top thing, but apparently that's not what happened. Anyway, back to this. Let's stop wasting time. So former One Piece voice actor Vic Mignogna to play lead in NFT animated series. Voice actor Vic Mignogna, whose career includes dub roles in such popular anime series as Dragon Ball, One Piece, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Seriously, dude. Full Metal Alchemist didn't even cross your mind. Has announced his addition to an up and coming animated web series based on a yet to be released NFT collection. Taking to his personal Twitter account on April 16th, the former Sabo and Broly voice actor announced, quote, "So excited, I've just been invited to join this amazing project. Check it out," and shared a link to the non-fungible token NFT collection's website, humanimalsx.com. Oh, you don't even have the original? You had to add the X? All right. So I saw Trent didn't open this on his coverage of this. I'm going to open it on another window over here. Oh, God, this is such great. Oh, no, it is Humanimals X. It's like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Humanimal sex. Let's not.
You could join the Discord. Oh, whoa. Dropping it because it's hot in 9 days, 6 hours, and 2 minutes.
So we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to follow their. There's no YouTube. There's TikTok. Oh yeah. All right. Well,
they marketed it as actually Vic. When he clarified, he said, "You can join the Discord for free." And I'm thinking,
is it a game?
Free is the default price. So I don't think it's necessarily Vic. Maybe it's the marketing materials they gave Vic, but it's like by trying to tell them that, oh, the Discord's free, it's like, okay, but you're distracting from the fact that the NFTs you have to pay for, obviously, which is what they want you to do eventually.
Why do you call it Humanimals when they're all different types of cats?
That's an animal.
It's easier to automatically generate the same thing. So they
I'm saying, why don't you call it something else?
Cute kitties.
Human cats.
They'll look at the other animals, the silhouettes.
Jason South says Humanimals XXX. All right. So anyway, claiming to provide each purchaser with a unique NFT image of an anthropomorphized panther and an individual fictional origin story for their characters. The
It's not a
Humanimals.x
real
project. What?
It's not a real one? A fictional origin story?
The Humanimals.x project's self-declared overall goal is to combine digital art, storytelling genius, good luck, and design to create NFT characters and images unlike any animated NFT. What other ones are there? According to their typo-ridden website, for example, the front page claims that the holder can enjoy a story that is unique each time it is read. The holder will get a custom NFT image with its origin story and be part of the animated series curated entirely on the blockchain. Unsurprisingly to anyone with even a passing familiarity with NFTs, the Humanimal.x website currently provides no actual details as to how each character will be integrated into the project's supposed story, nor any information as to what exactly its story is. Further, the NFTs themselves have yet to actually be minted. Oh, so download the JPEGs now. While links to the project's Discord, which are plastered across the site's various pages, all lead to an invalid web address. Oh.
Sorry to do this. Please reread that last sentence.
Further, the NFTs themselves have yet to actually be minted, while links to the project's Discord, which are plastered across the site's various pages, all lead to an invalid web address.
Nice.
Well, in the one tweet, someone said, "Hey, the Discord link isn't working," or whatever, and Humanimals replied to them directly saying, "Here, can we help you? Does it work now?" So I think maybe that's what was happening at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault them. It's not like AC
It's-
doesn't have issues.
A permalink.
No. I have never once accidentally released a expires in 7 days link or anything of the sort. Okay. It's
Yeah, it's
pretty
only
fucking
been-
obvious.
It's only been in 30 minutes expiry. Come on.
Yeah, so I guarantee that must be what they did, or it's fake. And it's a scam. So, faced with concern and warnings from his fans, many of whom noted the tendency for most NFT projects to be either highly ambitious with no plan for follow through or outright scams. Name one that isn't.
Yeah.
Mignogna followed up his original tweet by explaining, perhaps I need to clarify. This
Yes.
company is creating an animated series and they have asked me to play the Panther, the lead role. Okay, so I'm guessing the Panther becomes all the other Panthers. And that's why you're saying that they've got all these other guys back here, right?
Well, there could be two things. One, the Panther could be the one that's auto-generated as all the NFTs, and then the other characters are going to be the supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
Or B, they're going to do this with each character, but right now they're just rolling out the Panther, and then in theory, in the future, they'll have the hippo, the bear, all that kind of shit, and then you can get the bear NFT randomized or whatever.
Right. So, Demon Wolf 1991 says Vic works for the company. He is a hiring director for the animation.
Where do
Then
you get this information?
I don't believe at all that that this is actually going to go anywhere. Personally, I mean, we'll see what happens in 9 days, but I would be extremely surprised to learn that there's even a whole person behind this project that isn't Vic. You know, like I'm convinced.
Well, they
that
have
half
on their
a
site.
person.
They showed all their other. I wouldn't call them celebrities, but the.
Well, there's at least
did they?
one person behind it besides Vic, because I don't think Vic's doing this by himself.
No, I'm saying that my
they
dig
literally
was that
promoted like three other people.
I don't believe that there's even a real whole person, like it's a half person working on
Okay.
this.
Go
Like, 'cause
go
of
to
how bad
team
it
at the
is.
top. Go team.
Team.
Oh yeah, those guys look real credible.
Yeah, I've
Sanchez.
never.
Oh
Never
no!
heard of anyone.
Oh, he's
but
the
Vic.
founder and creator, and this is creative director.
Look at that guy's bald head.
Is this Kratos in a business suit?
Oh my god.
These guys do not look like they are anime Panther fans. Like, they
24X book author and
It's-
storyteller.
It's
Emmy
not an
Award
anime.
winner.
Cartoon,
Trained by Chuck
cartoon Panther
Jones.
fans. Okay, trained by Chuck. Are you kidding me? Well, I mean,
Accredited with 11 season show on Amazon.
dude. Okay, first of all, if he was actually trained by Chuck Jones and he was any
He'd be way
good,
older.
he would have. Well, maybe, but he would. Like Chuck Jones died in the
How
80s.
fucking
I
old?
think.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, dude.
But I mean, he could have done a class by Chuck Jones in the 80s. Sure, maybe. Okay, was he an apprentice? I doubt it. Maybe he took a class.
Let's
Maybe.
see how old
Life
this guy
Coach
is.
of the Year.
But if this guy has any show on Amazon that has 11 seasons, he's naming the fucking show.
Yeah, the show
Like-
Wild Kratts or something. Like
He's naming that show unless he's not he doesn't want people to know what show it is. Like, this is so obviously so scummy. Like,
who even names Life Coach of the
Archon.
Year? 2020 Life Coach of the Year winner from Fundamentals.
He has a non-existent IMDb page.
Who? Jay Sanchez?
Phoenix Marcon.
oh my god, Chuck Jones died in 2002? Wow, I thought he was in the 80s.
This is so cringe.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, the art style is the typical NFT art style you'd expect. It's like a randomly
Yeah.
generated assets type thing, because you saw how like two of the Panthers had the ear mittens or whatever you want to call them. They like it looks turbo cringe in every capacity. I don't know why anyone would find this appealing. And if they could somehow make it animated, I can guarantee you it would be some god awful Flash
Yeah,
animation
it's gonna be
where
worse.
just the mouth flaps,
Yeah,
just the lip flaps.
It's gonna be worse than like Adult Swim, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force style animation. Which
Yeah,
Aqua
'cause-
Teen Hunger Force is great because the characters are a milkshake,
Guys,
a meatball, and a French fry. But
this
when
guy
you
was
do
trained
that,
by Chuck Jones.
Is it
Yeah.
this guy? Hold on. Private
But-
chat.
but what Chuck Jones? Which Chuck Jones? The Chuck Jones or Charles Jones? Like, it's just some other guy.
Right.
Like, what's up?
Oh,
You sent
yeah.
me the-
That's like how my one friend has the same name as a movie director.
Oh, that's
big.
him.
What?
That's him. Fireball Run, is that his Amazon show? Wow, a producer. Okay, so you sure have
It's-
done 11 things.
He is the writer, producer, and director of Fireball Run. Good job. Okay.
Have you ever heard of Fireball Run in your
No.
life?
No.
Sequest. Wow.
And
Star Trek: The Next Generation. That must be how he knew Vic.
He was a fabricator. He worked on one episode.
Yeah, he literally made a prop or something.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry,
So-
you were. Oh, yes, uncredited on the Truman Show. Yes, this guy. He's got the same tactic as me working for Crunchyroll.
Oh my god.
That's a call forward to a joke. Like,
Just add it to LinkedIn. They don't vet shit.
So what is it? Yeah. So it would be at best some lip flaps, and that would be like it for the animation. 'Cause you
Fireball
think
Run
these guys
doesn't even look like a.
11th season.
the 11th season.
But
Oh my
it doesn't even look
gosh.
like it's animated. Austin
Hey, look,
St.
Austin
John
St.
is on
John
it.
as himself.
All of them are as self. Holy crap! Like
I don't
they
even think
couldn't-
this is. I bet you this is like a car, like a documentary sort of thing
Okay, that
about
might explain it.
driving.
I was gonna say, wow, they
40
can't
driving
make
teams as they compete in
characters.
an
They have
epic
to
quest for
use
America's
real
obscure
people.
artifacts, unique attractions, and amazing experiences.
Yeah, it's like a reality show thing. Okay, so
Pathetic.
he's the one thing he's known for isn't even an animation show. Okay, so
Dude,
yeah,
let
don't
him
they can
right.
barely make art. How do you think they're gonna animate that crap?
don't expect the trained by Chuck Jones guy to do anything special. But you know, I'd be pleasantly surprised if he puts out the best show ever with the NFT.
Yeah,
character.
I'm willing to see that it becomes a real show, but like
He
Brad
looks
was saying at
even
the
more
start,
enormous in this photo. You see the full photo.
as Brad was saying at the start, though, I don't think it's actually going to launch.
I don't
It's
think
going to
it's
be
gonna.
a rug pull,
No,
as
it's gonna be a
Random
rug
11
pull.
put it.
As soon as it starts, like as soon as the countdown's over and the NFTs go up, they're gonna sell like as many of them as they can, probably none, and then they're gonna fuck off.
Yeah,
They're never gonna call Vic again. Vic's involvement in this, I'm predicting it now.
He's gonna be
His
the fall
involvement-
guy.
Yeah, his involvement was the name and the tweet, right? And after what happened with Troy Baker, not a single other person, voice actor, was gonna jump on some NFT project.
but
right?
because Vic is such a boomer, he's like, "Oh, this is cute. They're giving me a role."
I
is
think
my
it's not
assumption.
not even. I mean, I think that's definitely a part of it. That look, this is something I think you could say about Vic compared to the defendants in his lawsuit. He's not terminally online the way that the rest of them are, right? So they all know what an NFT is. Vic probably doesn't even know what a cryptocurrency is. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Yeah,
Who's
that's my
this?
assumption that either he's so much of a
Here
boomer.
is our marketing director. Now, let's get a photo of him. What should he be in a suit? No, boxing. Restaurant owner at 22. Disciplined in mixed martial arts. This is okay. So you're submitting me your
God.
resume to work for my business, and you want to work as the marketing director. It's like, well, what are your skills? Well, I'm disciplined in MMA. I started a restaurant. What do you know about marketing? Well,
It starts with M.
I can kick your ass.
I've had a Twitter account for 10 years. Does that count?
Dude, I realized.
You're a social media expert. I've had a Twitter for 10 years.
So this is how we know. Yeah, Vic Mignogna, talent director, American voice actor. Wow, thank you for letting us know.
I figured out why it's going to be if it's
Broly and Dragon Ball.
Again, like I didn't mention this before, but like I didn't mention it on the podcast. But like, why do people call him Broly? Broly is another role that's basically not. He has like 5 lines besides his grunting. Like, I get that the character is well loved, but it's not a role that I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the role. If I want to know how good Vic is at voice acting, I want them to know that he voices Broly.
The only thing I remember is like,
look.
Yeah.
Let's give him something here.
At least it wasn't One Piece.
Hold up. Yes, he has 4 lines. But he delivers the fuck out of those 4 lines. Let's be real. Okay. Look, not anybody, not just anyone could do the kind of yelling he does, especially in the most recent Broly film, and actually, get the emotion and everything across. Like, I
the
think
hatred
you're
for
underselling
Kakarot
it.
comes through really good. It does. I got to admit it.
Look, I get where you're coming from. When I think of Vic, Broly does come to mind, but it's not the first thing that comes to mind. Full Metal Alchemist absolutely is the when I think of Vic and I think of his voice, I hear Edward Elric. I definitely don't hear Broly first in my mind. So I get where you're coming from. Now, This is God. When Vic first got canceled from all of his conventions, and he was asked to, he was invited to Anime Matsuri. Jeez, for a second there, I couldn't, for the life of me, pull that out of my memory banks. When he first got invited to Anime Matsuri, I'll remind you guys that I talked about it on the podcast, and I was on Hero Hayes' channel for a video where I talked about the fact that I think, while I do think it's beneficial for somebody to be the first con to bring him back, Anime Matsuri is a terrible con to bring him back because of the baggage that it has, right? And I remember talking about the fact that, you know, when Denise Lay went on that Umbrella Guy show for the interview to talk about all of the problems that they've had with the people trying to cancel their con and everything, which, just for the record, I don't agree with the people who were actually committing the TI and doing all that stuff. But it was abundantly obvious to me why Denise Lay, instead of John Lay, the guy who has all of the text message receipts and everything of him asking his cosplay guests things like, when was the last time you orgasmed, right? It was pretty obvious why Denise Lay did the interviews, right? So what I'm trying to say is Vic deserves better than this. And it kills me that that he's getting these table scraps when he's got so much talent and so much to bring, and he's so fucking over delivers everywhere he goes. Every place that gave him a chance, Anime Matsuri, their show exploded because he was there. The line was fucking around the block. It was so huge, right? And Vic has that to bring to the table. And it kills me that the table he's going to that is giving him the offers are these like shysters, you know? Hate it.
I came to a realization. The reason they're making an animated series, and the reason that it probably will, well, maybe not probably, but there's a good likelihood that it won't fall through, that it'll follow through, is it's an animated show, so they can sell each frame as its own NFT.
Oh boy. Here's the thing though. There's going to be hardly any frames that are different because it's going to have that limited.
Yeah, if it's the Flash animation.
Yeah.
But if it isn't, you know, they'll have a unique NFT for every frame. It'll be like selling cells.
Yeah. So, whatever. Did I read this? Yeah. Okay. Later that night, the official Humanimals.x Twitter account would similarly announce Mignogna's joining of the team, informing their followers, quote, "We are ecstatic to announce that Vic Mignogna has accepted the lead role as Panther," wow, what a good name, "in our upcoming Humanimals.x series. We are launching our 2D NFTs soon with a special 3D animated version. 3D animated version starring Vic himself," the account added. Oh boy, I do not want to join this Discord. Somehow I feel like I am gonna. I don't know. I don't know how they would do it. I don't know if there's any history of this, but I just know it's gonna install a Bitcoin miner on my computer.
Yeah.
If successfully realized, the Humanimals.x animated series would be the first voice acting project for Mignogna since he was fired from Funimation following accusations of sexual misconduct leveled against him by a number of individuals, including fellow anime dub voice actors Jamie Markey and Monica Rial. What do you make of Mignogna's joining of the Humanimals? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. I would like to crowdfund some fucking animation because God knows we could do better than this. We'll get Vic a real role. He can voice the lizards in my new merch.
I mean, I'd totally do it if we had a budget.
Yeah, I have the time, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this exploding, and I hate to say it, I don't see this going anywhere good, personally.
No, if anything, it's going to give more ammo to those people, the Kick Vic people. Even though it isn't ammo, it's just, oh look, he supports NFTs. That means he's guilty or something.
Right. And again, that's the thing is it almost feels like a trap, you know, like it's gonna have the negative effect in our circle of people just having one more thing to dunk on him. But like it wasn't intended for that reason, but it's gonna have that effect, you know. Juan says, I would rather pay $1,000 on real physical art. Yes. Whatever happened to the Dougtenable thing? Was he doing a cartoon? Was he doing a
He's been doing NFTs, I know.
Oh, really? Look,
but he was doing them from the start.
Yeah, look, here's the thing though. There's nothing inherently wrong with the idea of doing NFTs. But
the execution
this
always
bullshit,
turns out wrong.
Yeah, the thing is that Dougtenable, here, give me a second. I haven't seen that. I'm going to speak out of my ass here because I haven't seen any of his NFTs, but Dougtenable is an actual artist. Dougtenable isn't disciplined in MMA and accredited with 11 seasons show on Amazon, right? That turns out to be some bullshit thing. Or 2020 life coach of the year. You know, like Dougtenable's not any of those things. Dougtenable is, I'm a fucking artist, bitch, right? And he's a damn good one. So I think it's a little different there. And the thing is that what's going on here is that none of us have ever heard of any of these people except for Vic, right? Whereas Dougtenable actually has people who follow him. What the fuck is going on with your damn image here? It's like fucking green Matrix code level. How do you fuck this up so bad? You just ran out of your marble image. Like,
also, pathetic. Like Dougtenable's, I mean, say what you want about NFTs. I think they're basically JPEGs and you're paying for a JPEG, but
yeah,
whatever. But you could argue, right, that, okay, well, I have NFTs are like trading cards. I have this trading card from Dougtenable. Okay, cool. I don't think it's going to be worth like thousands of dollars, but it might be worth something. It might be cool to have the trading card.
I take back everything I said.
Whatever. Like I'm
just saying. I take back everything I said. Dougtenable is an artist, but he's not using his skills the right way.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But so there's that. Okay, these guys. Who gives a shit if you have a trading card of like some random person?
He's got Bored Ape as a skin.
Let's put it this way: if what's his name, Masashi Kishimoto or whatever, made a Naruto NFT, that would mean something because it's like that is Naruto. It's a character everyone knows, but these are just random like panthers with random accessories. Why do you care about this?
Okay,
it's just the scarcity that they expect you to care about.
The only person I know who has done NFTs, I just assumed that this is what I would expect Dougtenable to do, and this is apparently not what he did. The only person I think has actually done NFTs properly is Beeple. There's an artist named Beeple who he creates a work of art every single day, and he does them in Blender or whatever. And he's never once missed a day in the last like several years, right? And so he's got a repertoire on his Instagram or whatever of all these different images, and he's selling the NFTs of his artwork. He's not doing, he's not doing the let's make sure I can show all this. He's not doing this shit. Right? He's actually selling the artwork he already made that people already liked. He's not just making some weird collection that is just a mock-up of the Bored Ape trope that already existed. Right? So selling something like, for example, we were just talking about Jack Dorsey's first tweet. Yeah, Jack Dorsey is selling something that is, I guess, a part of history. It's a part of history nobody actually really cares about, and it was just a cash grab that the person who bought it thought would appreciate and value, and it didn't. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not on board with these with this idea.
Is an
with these
NFT in the
NFTs.
way that Jack Dorsey used it like a really expensive way of archiving something online?
Anyway, yeah. So let me. Cosmic Dawn wants to know what even are NFTs. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. Effectively, what it is a receipt for a JPEG that is logged in the blockchain forever.
That's
Isn't that
actually
exciting?
incorrect. It is a receipt for a link.
For a link.
I always liked the meme where Frodo is showing Schmeagol a picture of the ring online. It's like you can't own it, but you can have your name on a website say that you're the owner of the precious.
The thing about the I will laugh when these servers start going down and your NFT just goes
Right.
to a 404 page. Like,
exactly. So Musement says NFTs are supposed to be like a cryptocurrency, but in the form of pictures. No, what it is that cryptocurrencies are built on a technology known as a blockchain. And a blockchain is a ledger that exists between a bunch of computers that are constantly working together to solve these complex math problems in order to create the next block in the chain. And if you buy the NFT, you will be recorded in the ledger as the owner of the receipt for the link that takes you to the image that anybody could just save on their computer, right? So what it is, seriously, dead serious, what it is effectively is bragging rights. Now, what NFTs could be used for, and this is the dangerous thing about it, is it could be used as a authenticator that says that you are a member of a club or something, right? That if you bought this NFT, it gives you access to something that other people don't have, right? So theoretically, you could say that I've heard it explained like somebody said, so
to enter the Brogy Bros Club, you need an NFT.
No, like 50 million people own a DVD of Pulp Fiction, but only one person owns the NFT that lets him have lunch with Quentin Tarantino every year or something. Like that's the
until
the way.
Quentin Tarantino says, "Fuck you, I don't give a shit about your stupid NFT."
Yeah, but the idea is sort of like YouTube memberships or Patreon or something. It's the idea that you can buy access to something. Now, is it worth it? Probably not. People are utilizing the technology, but it hasn't quite settled into its usefulness yet. So right now it's largely just a pump and dump, right?
The biggest advantage of NFTs are, one, they're decentralized. It's basically a big database which is decentralized. So the server for the NFTs can't ever go offline. Well, in theory. As long as the network stays alive, which
as long as you
is
don't
going to
have
be
a solar flare anytime soon.
hosted by thousands and millions of computers. So the likelihood of everyone turning it off, it would take a lot for everyone to just be like, okay, we're done with NFTs.
It's nearly unhackable in that regard because
it's not would be nearly unhackable, but
it would be extremely difficult to change the ledger.
So, well, that's depends on how the crypto thing is set up. But
okay, so
for instance, there was one case where I heard, I don't know how true it is, but this is what I heard, that they had built into the rule of the crypto that anyone with 2/3 majority control of the crypto could change the rules of the crypto. So this guy got a loan to buy 2/3 of the crypto and then made a rule that said everyone's crypto goes to my wallet and then stole all the rest of the crypto.